Deep breathing. Deep breathing is more than just taking air. It is a manual override for your autonomic nervous system. By slowly inhaling through the nose and extending the exhale through the mouth, you stimulate the vagus nerve. This signal tells the brain to shift from a high alert fight or flight state into a rest and digest state. In just a few minutes, the physical sensation of a tight, anxious chest begins to dissolve as the heart rate stabilizes. Meditation. Meditation is the disciplined practice of observing your internal environment without trying to change it. While it often involves focusing on the breath or a phrase, the true goal is to witness thoughts without becoming attached to them. Over time, this practice physically alters the brain, shrinking the area responsible for fear and strengthening the area responsible for logic. Mindful walking. Mindful walking transforms a basic movement into a sensory, grounding exercise. Instead of walking to reach a destination, you focus entirely on the physical connection between your feet and the earth. It forces the mind to stop ruminating on the past or future by anchoring it in the immediate physical sensations of the present. This is a simple but powerful way to interrupt a cycle of racing thoughts. Doing nothing. In a world addicted to productivity, doing absolutely nothing is a radical act of restoration. It involves sitting or lying still without a phone, a goal, or a distraction to fill the silence. This silence allows the brain to finish processing the day's data and reset its baseline. While it may feel uncomfortable at first, it is the only way to give your mind a true moment of silence. Exercise. Exercise is the body's natural way of burning off the chemical energy built up by stress. When the heart rate rises, the brain releases a flood of endorphins and hope molecules that act as natural antidepressants. It provides a mental circuit breaker, forcing your focus out of abstract worries and into the mechanics of your own body. Physical exhaustion from a workout often leads to a profound sense of mental clarity and calm. Yoga. Yoga is an integrated system that links physical posture with controlled respiration. It targets the physical armoring we develop the way we subconsciously tense our muscles to protect ourselves from stress. As you stretch and breathe, the brain learns to maintain a calm state even while the body is under physical challenge. It is not just about flexibility. It is a structured method for unwinding the nervous system. Stretching. Stretching addresses the physical residue of stress that settles into our muscles and joints. When we are overwhelmed, our bodies physically contract, reducing blood flow and creating stiffness. Releasing these tight areas sends a signal to the brain that there is no immediate physical threat. The resulting decrease in muscle tension leads to a sudden, noticeable wave of psychological relaxation. Massage. Massage uses physical pressure to manually break down the tension stored in deep tissue. It has been shown to reduce levels of cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, by up to 30%. The physical touch stimulates the release of oxytocin, which helps you feel safe and grounded. This physical intervention often reaches parts of the mind that logic and talk therapy cannot. Journaling. Journaling is the process of externalizing the internal chaos that weighs on your mind. By writing without a filter, you move your worries from the emotional centers of the brain to the logical centers. This labeling effect makes fears feel tangible and finite rather than infinite and overwhelming. Seeing your thoughts on paper allows you to recognize patterns in your thinking that were invisible before. Talking to someone. Sharing your burden with a trusted person is a fundamental human need for safety. The act of verbalizing a stressor strips it of its secrecy and its power to isolate you. Hearing a sympathetic voice reminds your lizard brain that you are not facing the predator alone. Whether you receive feedback or just reassurance, the connection itself is a powerful antidote to anxiety. Practicing gratitude. Gratitude is a conscious effort to override the brain's negativity bias, which evolved to focus on threats. By intentionally noticing what is going well, you retrain your brain to see opportunities instead of just obstacles. Over time, this shifts your default perspective from one of scarcity to one of abundance. It is a biological shift that changes how you perceive and react to every situation you encounter. Laughing. Laughter is a total body reset that forces a sudden release of tension. It acts as internal jogging, increasing your intake of oxygen and stimulating the heart and lungs. The physical act of laughing suppresses stress hormones and triggers a rush of dopamine. Even a brief moment of laughter can shatter a state of high tension and reset your emotional perspective. Spending time in nature. Spending time in nature reconnects you with environments that the human brain is biologically hardwired to find soothing. Natural settings are filled with fractals, complex patterns that reduce mental overload and attention fatigue. The absence of urban noise and screens allows the senses to decompress from the constant input of modern life. Being around trees, water, and open space provides a factory reset for your focus. Cleaning or organizing. Cleaning is a way of reclaiming control over your immediate physical environment. When our surroundings are chaotic, the brain experiences visual load, processing every piece of clutter as a tiny, unfinished task. By creating order in a room, you create a sense of order in your mind. The repetitive, rhythmic motions of cleaning can also provide a meditative effect that calms the nerves. Taking a break. Taking a break is a necessary intervention that prevents decision fatigue from leading to a mental collapse. Stepping away from a stressor, even for 5 minutes, allows the brain's RAM to clear. It prevents mental exhaustion from accumulating to a point where simple problems feel impossible. Returning with a fresh mind often reveals that the problem was much more manageable than it seemed. Drinking tea. Drinking tea is a slow, intentional ritual that forces you to pause and be present. Beyond the warmth of the mug, many teas contain L-theanine, an amino acid that promotes a state of alert calm. This chemical allows the brain to relax without feeling drowsy or losing focus. The warmth and routine provide a predictable sensory anchor during an unpredictable day. Aromatherapy. Aromatherapy uses the sense of smell, the only sense directly linked to the brain's emotional center, to trigger relaxation. Certain scents, like lavender or sandalwood, can bypass your logical mind and trigger a calm response in milliseconds. Smells are deeply connected to memory and can be used to prime the brain for sleep or peace. It is a fast-acting sensory hack that changes your internal state through your environment. Taking a shower or bath. A hot shower or bath is a form of sensory isolation that relaxes the body on multiple levels. The warmth of the water dilates blood vessels and allows muscles to physically let go of their tension. As your body temperature drops after the bath, it mimics the natural cooling process the body undergoes before sleep. The quiet environment provides a rare moment where thoughts can finally catch up with each other. Napping. Napping is a short, strategic period of sleep designed to restore mental clarity. It allows the brain to reboot, clearing out chemical waste and reducing irritability. When done in moderation, usually under 20 minutes, it provides a boost in focus without causing sleep inertia. It is the most direct way to recover the energy that stress has drained from your system. Listening to music. Music has the power to synchronize your heart rate and brain waves to an external rhythm. Slower tempos can physically calm the pulse, while familiar melodies provide a sense of emotional security. The brain releases dopamine in anticipation of a favorite beat drop or chorus, providing a natural high. It is a tool for immediate mood regulation that can shift your internal state in seconds. Watching TV or movies. Movies and television provide a form of passive rest by pulling your attention into a scripted reality. By focusing on someone else's storyline, your own decision-making centers are allowed to go offline. It creates a temporary mental escape that helps you decompress from personal pressures. When used as a scheduled break rather than a distraction, it is an effective tool for emotional resetting. Reading. Reading is a deep form of focus that forces the brain to slow down its processing speed. Unlike digital media, reading requires the mind to actively construct a world, which blocks out external distractions. Just 6 minutes of reading can reduce stress levels by 68%. It is a quiet, solitary focus that allows the mind to settle into a deep state of calm. Playing games. Playing games redirects your stress into a controlled challenge. Whether it is a puzzle or a video game, it gives you a sense of agency, the feeling that your actions actually matter. This is the direct opposite of the helplessness that often accompanies high stress. The sense of progress and accomplishment provides a satisfying hit of dopamine to the brain. Creative hobbies. Creative hobbies like drawing or crafting put the brain into a flow state. In this state, the self-referential part of your brain shuts off, meaning you literally forget to worry about yourself. The act of creating something tangible provides a sense of expression that words often cannot capture. Focusing on the task at hand blocks out stress while giving you a sense of personal growth. Cooking or baking. Cooking is a grounding activity because it requires you to engage all 5 senses at once. Following a sequence of steps provides a structured environment that counters the chaos of daily life. Working with your hands to create something edible provides an immediate, tangible reward. The process of transformation from raw ingredients to a finished dish is deeply satisfying to the mind. Spending time with pets. Spending time with animals provides companionship that is entirely free from judgment or pressure. Simple actions like petting a cat or dog have been scientifically proven to lower blood pressure. The interaction releases oxytocin, the cuddle hormone, in both you and the pet. Their presence provides a steady routine and an uncomplicated form of love that lowers cortisol levels. Listening to podcasts. Podcasts provide a steady stream of human connection through storytelling or conversation. They fill the silence of quiet moments that might otherwise be filled with anxious thoughts. Because they require listening rather than active participation, they offer an easy way to relax and learn. They provide a digital safety net of voices that can make a stressful day feel a little less lonely.